Coach Saban on the golf course at the Greystone Country Club, golf course, and for the Regions Pro-Am tournament going on. And not just Coach Saban was out there, but Alabama men's basketball head coach Nate Oates was out there, along with other names. But what's crazy was several reporters gathered around Coach Saban to ask about one question. Coach, was tampering involved in Alabama getting Louisville wide receiver Tyler Harrell when he got into the portal, or even before he entered the portal? And the word tampering has become the new buzzword all around social media in terms of college football when you discuss name, image, likeness deals and the transfer portal. People like to use the word tampering. Well, he tampered to get that player. Well, he did something unauthorized, or he did something that created, some friction, or he interfered. He didn't go about this the honest way, by the books, by the rules and regs, by the law that is the NCAA. And of course, there was an article that came out by the Louisville Courier, which is part of the USA Today network, where it spoke on the Cardinals head coach Scott Satterfield. He said he's suggesting that tampering happened with Tyler Harrell and Alabama getting Harrell either in the portal or prior to him getting in the portal, just tampering going on in the mindset of where Coach Satterfield is concerned with Alabama getting Harrell. And Coach Saban, meeting with reporters, denies this strongly, because he's like, look, we haven't tampered with anybody. We didn't tamper with nobody. We don't tamper with anybody. I don't know who may have tampered with the young man, but we don't tamper with anybody. Now, Saban did mention when stuff happens like this, it causes you to wonder, it causes you to be concerned, and he's not throwing out any type of accusations out there, but he is saying that Alabama, him and the Alabama program, did not tamper with Tyler Harrell, having him to the Crimson Tide out of that transfer portal once he decided to enter the portal from Louisville. So Harrell entered the portal last month on April 12th. He put his name in there. And then after he put his name in there, you guys remember the A-Day game, the 16th, that Saturday in April. He came to Tuscaloosa. He had the visit. He enjoyed himself. The fans, you guys showed him a great time. And right after the visit, the following Friday, he commits to Alabama via social media, via his Instagram, his Twitter. He commits to the Crimson Tide. And I guess once he made that commitment, here comes Coach Satterfield going, I think tampering was involved there. I think Bama did something unlawful. I think Bama did something not honest. I think Bama, did something that was not by the books. And we all know with Coach Saban, he's going to do it by the books. He's a stickler for doing things honestly. He's a stickler for doing things legally, logistically. That's always how Coach Saban rolls. He's not one to cut corners, even when it comes down to NIL and the transfer portal. He's been very adamant about, if we're going to do this, we got to do this right. We can't be making this college football free agency. We can't be having college football pure like the NFL. And he's been very adamant about these statements. And he's been open and honest about these statements. But at the same time, he also knows, hey, if college football is going to make this about NIL, if it's going to make this about the transfer portal for Alabama, and Coach Saban being the head coach of Alabama, this huge franchise, this huge organization and business here, he is going to do all that he can to put Alabama in the best possible situation to excel in it. And why wouldn't he, with him being the founder and kind of CEO of this major brand here? So no tampering going on Saban's end. But he just wants to make sure that, everybody in college football, honestly, doing things the right way. And what's interesting here is, since the offseason, Alabama's lost 18 scholarship players to the portal, including 5 immediately after the loss to Georgia back in January in the college football playoff national championship game. You guys remember after that loss, and Drew Sanders hit the portal, Jaleel Billingsley hit the portal. I think it was Drew, Jaleel, Tommy Brown, Paul Tyson, King Wakuda. Those 5 hit the portal almost immediately. And as fans, you guys were running around going, what's going on? What's happening? Why are all of these guys in the portal at one time? And that word tampering was not brought up then. So if that word tampering was not brought up then I don't understand why it's being brought up now. But going back to Coach Saban, who has no reason to sow false information out there at all. If he says, hey, we're not tampering, we handled it the right way, we did it the right way, then all we can go off of is, hey, the track record of Coach Saban. He has done nothing to make us think or look or feel otherwise about how he is running this program. But I just thought it was interesting how Coach Satterfield of Louisville suggesting, hey, tampering going on. Alabama did not go about this the right way in getting Harrell. But Harrell is a part of the Crimson Tide. He's not on the roster yet, but once he arrives in the summer for summer one classes at some point, he will be updated to the roster.